Dune Awakening just shoved a sandworm right up my arachis and it didn't even apologize.
I can smell you.
I played this game for over 100 hours when this game released this year. That was up until it took all of my belongings, my ship, my base, my inventory, gone. And it's all because of the dumb engagement loop that this game has implemented. In Dune, if you don't pay your property taxes, the base will lose power and then other gremlins can come steal your base and all of its inventory. And that's even in the PvE areas. My crew and I logged on one day to notice that our base had been completely taken over. So as it would turn out, we didn't pay those taxes for 2 weeks and we lost everything. And because everything we worked for is now gone, everyone uninstalled the game. Everyone but me, because I kept logging back on to see if I could find the motherfucker who stole my shit. That's when I realized that this empty feeling of wasted time and energy is not isolated to Dune. Every single survival game has made me feel this way. So today I'd like to talk about why survival games are so addicting and why you walk away feeling so empty. It could be buyer's remorse. If there's one reason to play survival games, it's the vast open world that they offer. Most other games have loading screens or that sneaky little, oh yeah, I'm walking through a tight space. It's definitely not a loading screen. I'm definitely not rendering anything on the other side. Some survival games do have loading screens, but they're usually reserved for fast travel. But for the most part, it's just one giant map with different terrains and weather conditions. For example, Valheim has grassy areas like the meadows and the Black Forest, and they also have warm and cold areas such as the plains and the mountains. Dune is just one giant ass swamp of a map though. But what could you expect? It's Dune, a desert planet. Hey, real quick, if you guys could like and subscribe to the channel so I know that you guys like the video and then maybe other people will like the video, that would be great. I'm just trying to get to like 1,000 likes, just a wee bit, 1,000 likes, and then I will make whatever I want to make, to be honest. I'm not even sure what the next video is going to be. Okay, thanks, I appreciate you, love you. But all of these survival games offer a sense of discovery. You usually start with some sticks and some rocks, and then you start your new journey. The start of your new journey is the absolute highlight of the entire game. You fight brand new enemies, discover new areas, and then you're constantly surprised by everything that you find. New area? Guess what, buckaroo? They don't have boars here, but they sure as shit have flying creatures and wolves. Oh, you're trying to swim? You know damn well there's gonna be something in there that's gonna try to kill you. Changing your approach to every new environment and enemy is so exciting, but eventually that stops. Eventually, you've seen and killed everything, sucking away any form of challenge from the game. I mean, shit, some of the things that you discover are boring from the very start. Dungeons in these games are always the same thing, repeated over and over. Pal World? Yeah, it's gonna be the same cave layout over and over. Valheim is gonna be the same maze-like hole in the ground every single time. Dune? That's right, even in the year 2025, the dungeons are almost exactly the same, using the same assets over and over and over. See, survival games promise you this sense of wonder, a promise that they don't keep for very long. I understand that these games do have updates, and sometimes they even add new biomes and enemies, and that's great, but it's either way too late or such a small change that it doesn't even warrant reinstalling the game. Hey, come here. Be honest with me. Have any of you gone back to play Pal World after its mini updates? Oh, so you uninstalled it once the hype died down and everyone stopped playing? I thought so. I honestly don't think most people care to keep this game installed and log back in unless they're hosting a server and have a clan that took over. Side tangent, I still can't believe that people will no-life these competitive survival games for what? Bragging rights? The only thing that you'll be able to brag about is how much bigger your bed sores are than the other no-lifers. In half of these games, you can't even get started because you spend most of your time being bullied and trapped as a prisoner, such as in Rust. So fuck any thoughts that you had about exploring this world and what it has to offer. The only thing you'll be exploring is these 4 walls you've been trapped in. Have fun shitting in a bucket, idiot. Exploration in these games are always so hypnotizing. Oh cool, a new boss to fight. Oh wow, a new spot for our cool new base. But all of that comes to a halt eventually. You end up making your final base and then nothing really happens after that. There's no new obstacles, no new enemies, and the reasons why you started to play this game are now a distant memory. But hey, at least you can still grind resources. I absolutely hate this mechanic after a certain amount of time. Needing to gather resources from animals or plants or rocks gets old very quickly. Sure, the next tier of weapons and armor will really make the game fun. So you go out and gather resources for hours so you can finally do that thing you've always wanted to do. Maybe it's a new weapon, a new armor set, a new vehicle. You eventually get it and well, it's cool for like 5 minutes. Then like an addict, you go through the same cycle again. No. See, hear me out. If I upgrade my crafter, then I can upgrade my armor, and then I'll be able to survive the dungeon to get the new weapon. Then the game will really start being fun. And surprise, surprise, that high you got at the beginning of the game is never coming back. Every time I play these games, I get this impending doom feeling about halfway through. It starts with the thoughts of me leveling up, getting stronger, fighting new bosses and enemies, and around the 4th tier of armor and equipment, I start to realize that maybe it's just this forever. It's just the same 2 steps repeated over and over. Gather materials. Build equipment that allows you to gather better materials. The one word that comes to mind with this mechanic is transactional, because you're trading your time so you don't have FOMO. As a matter of fact, the only real currency in these games is time. Resources, equipment, in-game currency is all traded for time. So after grinding materials and going to every corner of the game, what's left? Well, you could touch up your base and build something really cool. Nothing. There's absolutely fucking nothing. In Dune, you go to the deep desert where it changes from a PvE area to a PvP area. You spend hours grinding new materials and new equipment for 0 payoff. It goes from this fantastical sci-fi adventure on an alien planet with giant sandworms and turns into Ark or Rust. People will just shoot you down from their upgraded ornithopters because you're a little too close to the shiny rocks that they need. In Valheim, Pal World, or Minecraft, there's not really an end goal. You just continue doing the same thing you were doing, except now it's just a little bit harder. Literally every single survival game is the exact same result. You grind for that light at the end of the tunnel, and when you get there, it's just another fucking tunnel. If I'm going to spend this much time grinding resources, and let's not forget the god-awful travel time from one side of the map to the other side of the map, then I would expect to at least feel rewarded by the end of it. But no, I'm left feeling like I wasted all of my time to get here. It gives me buyer's remorse. Not for the money, but for the time I invested. And here's an even more messed up expectation for these games. If you're crazy enough to keep playing these games, then they make it to where you constantly have to log back in to make sure someone didn't steal your dinosaur egg or that your base isn't destroyed. So why am I being punished for having a life outside of this game? Even MMOs don't require you to log back in to maintain the things that you already earned. So what's the solution? There's been so many different survival games and they all offer something great, but at the end, it's all the same thing. Did I make this video because I'm mad that all of my progress was lost in Dune? Shut up, you don't know me. Is there a survival game that has ever done it right? Also yes. No Man's Sky is the only survival game that I still continue to log into. I have it downloaded on both my PC and my PS5, and I regularly update it. Regularly. After many, and I mean many years, they finally found the perfect formula. A game that constantly changes. Every solar system and planet that you go to is different. Even if the variation is only some of the creatures in the plants and the terrains, it's still new. The game having basically an unlimited amount of changes at any given moment keeps me coming back. They constantly add huge updates that change everything about the game. The weapons, the ships, the central hub. They even added different game modes such as expeditions, where you spawn on a different planet as a different character with new obstacles. Then you are rewarded for your time and effort. Grinding for materials in this game isn't even boring at a certain point. You can build teleporters that take you to different resource planets, which completely eradicates the amount of time it takes to gather resources. You can have multiple bases across the universe. The community in this game is even good. You can go to the central hub and people will gift you millions of credits worth of materials for nothing. This game is also deep and rich in lore. You have to learn a language for each race of alien just to speak with them and understand what they're saying. You never run out of things to discover in this game, and it makes it feel new every single time you log into it. You're also not punished for not giving them enough playtime. You're not even charged for the enormous updates that they release all the damn time. The same journey that you started on is the exact same journey that you end on. So therefore, because everything's always changing, there's always something new, it's never ending. If I wanted to get more content out of Ark, Dune, or even Minecraft, I'd have to pay for it. But this time with both my time and my money. I just hope that more survival games take inspiration from No Man's Sky. I hope they learn that we don't want a time sink for a game, but instead a game that we can explore and continue to explore. I'm not even saying that survival games are always terrible, but I am saying that survival games, by the time you get to the end, suck.